shitty titty. All right, there we go. Where's that dance at? Keep dancing. Welcome back to IDIOTSYNCRATIC. This is big.
What the hell is that?
Now we're back again. Big episode 21. Fix that shit.
Yeah.
That's what we do on this podcast because we always have problems.
Actually, we don't edit this. That we did not just have a random radio station infiltrate our feed somehow. That never happened. This is the first take.
First take ever that we've ever done. So guess what?
What's up?
I'm glad to have you here with me today.
I'm glad to be here, sir.
My man. I'm Justyn. I'm the host for this episode. Your main man. Your buddy.
Your boy.
Your boy. It's your boy host. And I got my man over here,
It's
Mr.
your boy.
Alex Soto. It's your boy Alex Soto.
Co-host.
That's his name.
Why is my mouth never shown in the thing and yours is always shown? I have a mouth too, sir.
It's Photoshop magic is what that is. What are we drinking today, my man?
We're sipping on some Urban Alchemy, sir.
Urban Alchemy.
A nice, sexy blonde.
Yes. So our buddies, Tony and the boys over at Urban Alchemy
Tony
decided
and the gang.
to partner up with us as we decided to partner up with them because we love their coffee and it's actually a super cool thing. So today we are drinking the Blonde Roast. It is 100% Colombian Supremo, smooth, medium body, crisp acidity, sweet with nutty notes, and it is very smooth.
Yep.
It's super light and smooth. You were saying earlier that it's like the perfect coffee for, I guess, normies to get into. You know?
Yeah, for people who aren't super into coffee, a lot of times they tend to stay away from stuff that's like really bitter and they just pour a bunch of creamer and sugar into it. But this is I guess, more mild, but yet still very full flavored. So, I mean, you're not getting like a cheap coffee's kind of flat taste to it. Like it still is very full of flavor, but yet it's mild enough that I feel like normies could get into it.
Also, the aftertaste is it's not like an old leathery boot
Yeah.
like normal coffee.
It's not too bitter.
Mm-hmm.
It's just perfection.
It's one of those.
It's like Italian shoe leather.
It's one of those aftertastes where you're like, I'm glad I had that in my mouth, as opposed to why the hell did I eat and or drink that?
Yeah.
You know.
Or you just want to keep it in your mouth, but then once you swallow it, there's no regret.
Yeah, exactly.
No regrets.
No regrets, my man.
Yeah.
So again, that's Urban Alchemy Coffee and Wine Bar. They also have some sick ass wine selections. You can go check them out if you're in the Arlington and or just general DFW area.
If you're loco, or if not, take a plane.
Take a plane. Take a train.
Take a chance.
Take a bus. Take a bike. Take a boat.
Take a chance on me.
And you can actually catch them at 403 East Main Street in Arlington, Texas, 76010.
Yeah.
They are open from Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So they cover all the bases.
They also have food.
Yeah, they have foods.
Wine.
Try out Tony's Pick.
Tapas.
They have all the wines. It's also a super cool place too.
Yeah, and what I thought it was really awesome that you can order your wine and then they serve a meat and cheese plate, so you can pair your wine right then and there.
Yeah. So what you do, you go down there first, get you some coffee to wake up, then you get some wine and some cheese to kind of calm yourself down a little bit.
Upper and downer equals perfection.
Perfection.
You want to do this to yourself. Perfection.
That's exactly how you do it. So thanks again, Urban Alchemy. You guys are the best. This coffee is probably the best that I've ever had.
As you can see, because our carafe is empty, because we drank it all during the
We tried to save some for the video.
Intro.
We just kept sucking it down.
Yeah. Oops. But I'm probably going to make another carafe here in the interim.
Yeah. And this is your first time pouring over, right?
Yeah, it's my first time doing a pour-over style of brewing.
Was it easy?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's kind of the same sort of idea as a conventional coffee maker, where the grounds go on top, water goes in, but you just kind of have to take more care to it. You know what I'm saying?
That might be also why it tastes the way it tastes too.
Yeah, I read that because it has a built-in. Well, it's not built-in. It's a permanent filter thing, so you don't use a paper filter.
Oh,
And I hear that the stainless steel of the filter brings out certain flavors from the ground. Or I read
Really?
that. I read
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So I'm not sure, but so far for this first brew, I'm digging what I'm tasting, bro.
we're gonna give one of these.
I don't know.
That's a good one. That's what it means. 10 out of 10 coffee beans is what we give it. So thanks again, Urban Alchemy. You guys are the best. Go check them out. Whenever you do go, let them know the idiot sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Print out a picture of us and our logo, and take it with you and say these guys sent it to you. Or these guys sent us, and we're here to try some of that awesome coffee. Mm-hmm. And then send us money too.
Yeah, and their
them.
vibe is super awesome. I know you might be thinking to yourself, "Wow, that place sounds so fancy and amazing, and I probably can't even afford it." And the bouncer probably won't even let me in the door unless I have a penguin suit on.
Exactly, and that's the right line of thinking. But
actually, and you'd be wrong because they're actually just super down to earth, chill, the friendliest people. You know, and so. You said earlier that they're very nice and quick about it. So you get that sort of convenience of Starbucks, but with the much more smiley face behind the counter.
and the personal touch too.
Yeah, and it's just a chill vibe in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've never been to like I guess just like a coffee spot, but whenever they made my cappuccino, it had the that because it's like that golden kind of color, and then it had like the white leaf on top of it too, the cream, I guess.
Yeah, they do.
I've never had that in person, but the first time I had it was the first time I went there, and I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
look at that! They actually care about me.
Dang.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
If somebody brought you there on a date, they basically would have got laid that day.
Yeah, exactly.
You're pretty simple, huh?
I am simple man.
Simple plan.
Now
Simple
let's
Jack.
go ahead and
You forgot how to host, huh?
I did. It's been so long. So let's go ahead and hop into these interests on today's episode. Big episode 21. Big episode Blackjack, basically. That's what we're doing here today.
Yeah,
Blackjack, man. And that's not even racist at all in the slightest. And
Yeah, you can't say that.
Yeah, that's why I ding myself.
Okay.
See, yeah, one part of my brain's like, you piece of dirty shit. And the other one's
You're like,
"Yeah,
that's not
okay."
racist. And then you push the button.
Exactly. It's both parts of my brain. So we're going to get into bird bed, which you weren't able to figure out during the pre-show.
I don't even know.
You still don't even know?
No, I started thinking about bird baths, and then I was completely on the wrong.
Yeah, that took you over for a bit.
Yeah.
Like, you could not get away from
I was
that.
like bird bed, bird bath, bird.
And then you asked
bath.
me, you go, is it one of those things that birds bathe in? I was like, no, it's a bird bed.
I still don't know.
It's
I was
not-
thinking maybe
it's not literal.
Maybe it's a bed made of down.
It's not literal.
It's not literal. Okay. Maybe it's a bed made of birds.
You got it. How'd you know? Ding, ding, ding.
Live birds.
Yeah. No, that's not it. And we're also getting into Ripped Like Gandhi, which I think you're talking about Lance Armstrong and his legs.
Oh, that's a new guess. I haven't heard, but it's also wrong.
Shit.
But every time you say it, I haven't said it out loud yet. I only wrote it down, and it makes me want to say it every time you say it. So I'm gonna drop one right quick. Ripped like Gandhi. I want to write a rap song now. I feel the creative juices flowing.
Yeah.
Possibly thanks to this Urban Alchemy that I've been sipping on.
Gives us the brain power to be brainy.
Creativity
Creativity juice.
for the win.
For the win, my man.
I used to think for the win was
F the world.
Fuck the world.
It's
yeah.
both.
Is it really?
Yeah. You use it for whatever you want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we're going to get into actually what those mean. You got to try to guess them
What
before we
do
actually
they
get into them.
mean?
Just in case, after 21 episodes, you don't know how this works, you have to try and guess what that is as we're guessing. So when the episode comes out, do not look at the show notes. Don't scroll all the way down to where the interests are. We put those there for convenience. Try to guess it first.
Also, if this is your first episode, welcome.
Welcome.
And go back and start from episode 1.
Yeah.
Go through, but as the new episodes drop, listen to those
Yeah.
and then continue to where you are.
Yeah.
That's the best way to listen to these.
That is the, yeah.
You don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah. Actually, I think the best way to listen to these is episodes 4, 5, 6. And you go back and you do episodes 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to do our bonus content that we'll have a little later on. It's a Star Wars reference, just in case you guys didn't get it.
Yeah.
So before we hop
because
in,
of the prequels and
yeah. Wait, we don't do the before we hop into the interest, right?
No, we don't.
It's been too long.
The only change this week, Justin, is that we don't have a guy sitting right here.
Hey, we don't have a guest this week.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's empty.
It's refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah, our guests are terrible. All of them, every single one of them, always.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about
Just kidding.
getting cut off every time I try to talk.
Yeah. We don't have to worry about delicious beers. We don't have to worry about delicious mimosas. We don't have to worry about awesome content anymore.
That's actually true. All our guests have brought us some yum yums.
Exactly. Except for Brand. He didn't bring shit.
That's true.
He brought depression.
He brought his beautiful eyes.
Yeah. First time I've ever seen him.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because he always wears sunglasses.
They weren't bad at all.
Yeah, they're quite angelic.
Quite angelic. Yeah, so my man, we're actually going to hop into these interests now. And like I said earlier, I'm going to go first because I want to get it out of the way because it's going to be a quick one, but it's been occupying my brain space for the past week.
All right.
So
let's talk about it.
Bird bed. Talking about nest.
Oh, damn it.
That's what I was saying. It's not literal.
Nest. I should have known because you just set it up.
Yeah. So along with moving everything into the house and fixing certain things up that needed it, I've also gotten to this cool creative space that I've never been in this regard with customizing the house.
Yeah.
So I've been customizing as many things as I can, and being a millennial, all of it's going to be digital. All of it's going to be connected to the interwebs. So I went out and I got the Nest the Nest doorbell and the Nest front door lock, and they are so badass. They're so cool. Yeah, because the doorbell has a camera on it, and I can. This morning I was talking to you through it.
Yep.
So
I was like, "Open the door," and you're like, "Hold on, go on, do it, cool."
Yeah.
I was like, "Just God damn it!"
But it was super cool, wasn't it?
It was cool, but I was
it was super cool.
It.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about this whole experience is that I actually installed them myself.
Ooh.
Did it myself. I'm not a handyman.
You are now.
I am now. Yeah. My hands are bleeding and shit. I got calluses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm handy now. So it was actually super simple to install. Like the doorbell, you just take the old one off, plug in those 2 wires, screw it on. That's it. The doorbell's done right then and there.
Nice.
Yeah. The front door lock, basically the same thing. Take your old one off, connect both the pieces, boom. It's cool too. The front door is a touchpad, and it's got the combination on there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you're not using it, the screen goes off.
Oh.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, you hit one button to lock it and unlock it and stuff. And it's all connected to the internet and to my phone too. So
yeah, you can do it remote.
Like I did earlier, I unlocked the door for you. I can. Actually, when Eric's went home, she came home the other day to meet the fridge guys, and when they got there, they rang the doorbell, and I was like, "We're right down the street. We'll be home in a minute." And Eric's got there, and I saw her walking up to the front door, and I was like, So I unlocked the door the moment before she got up to it, and she just walked right in. It's just cool shit like that, you know?
Fancy, but what a creep. You're just watching the camera the whole time.
Yeah. I was like, yeah. Walk a little slower for me, please.
Ew.
It's not creepy if you spy on your wife, okay?
Okay.
And I did the same thing with the mattress guys that were here yesterday that took me away from my pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So that's a super cool thing about it is that if anybody at any point were to show up at my house,
you could just let them
earlier than expected, I can see who it is and I can just let them right in.
Yeah, and so the little key code technology has been around for a long time. Mm-hmm. What's cool about this is if you have guests that maybe you don't know super well, but you still want to just kind of let them in, like maybe you're down the street or something. Like, just go in and sit on the couch or something. You don't have to give them access to your home forever. Yeah. They could just remember your code.
Exactly.
And come back later with a bunch of people.
Not only that, but you can also give guests a guest code, or you can give like a guest pass, basically. So
if they put their code in, you know who specifically
exactly
came.
This is designated specifically to this person.
That's dope.
Yeah, it's super cool. So it brings everything to the 21st century. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess these are things that you never really considered that needed to be updated at all. But now that they are updated, it's like I'll never go back.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that, but because that's what kind of technology is. It's not.
It's the innovation.
Yeah, it's not always something that is a necessity per se.
Exactly.
But it's kind of finding the best way to possibly make your life as most convenient as possible.
Especially with, I guess, technology that we're used to. So because I've had such a positive experience with the doorbell and the lock, I went out and I got the thermostat too, the little white one with the frosted glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was only $160 because I guess the flagship model was like $250 or something. I was like, I can't spend that much money on a thermostat, but this one is $100 cheaper. So I got that one, installed that one myself. Also, I was a little worried about that one because you got to mess with the breakers and whatnot. You have to make sure that all the power's off. I installed that one, and it's the same thing. This thing was super easy to install. It looks sleek as hell. Like you didn't even notice it when you walked in, and you walked right past it.
I don't even know where it is.
I don't even know where I am.
If I'm a little warm, I'm kind of fucked.
Yeah. Well, actually, no. I can control it from my phone too.
Oh, I'm a little warm.
Beep beep boop beep.
Oh.
Just like that. So, the coolest thing about that too, the main reason that I got this, not just because it looks cool, but the main reason I got it is because it's going to end up saving me money. Because when I'm not home, it pulls from my phone and realizes that I'm not here, and it'll change the thermostat to eco mode, which basically, if the temperature in the house dips below 50, it'll bring it up to 50, and there's no limit on how hot it can get. But I can also, so if I'm on if it's a hot day outside and it's probably 80 or so inside the house, that's way too hot for me, I can change it before I get home.
Like as you're like, I'm going to be home in 30 minutes.
Yep.
Let me go ahead.
It'll also tell you how long before it gets to that temperature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you can do it either from there or from your phone. And so say if it was 75 in the house and I'm like, it's a little hot in here, you turn it to 72, you can see it'll say 72 in about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you like measured to see if it's pretty accurate?
Extremely accurate.
Like on the dot?
Probably not. I was a little lazy with the measurement.
Millisecond?
Yeah, it was on the millisecond. on the parsec.
So you went like this? Go.
Yeah. And then when it missed it, I was like, "You stupid son of a bitch!" And I pulled it out of the wall and I broke it.
Like that.
Oh, and also I installed it. I did it a little weird. I screwed the top screw a little too much, so it was leaning a little more toward the top, and it felt weird when you would click it in. So I was like, let me fix this real quick. I popped it off, unscrewed the top just a little bit, popped it right back on. That was it.
And you felt really fancy?
I did. I was like, holy shit, because it's so cool.
It's cute,
and it's got a cool little interface on it too. It's just so sleek. It's so cool. But the coolest thing is that they all talk to each other, and I can control everything from my phone. So I told Eric too the first night we had it because I like it a lot cooler in here than she does. I said, if you ever get too cold at night, just grab your phone, turn it up. It's that easy.
I would never tell Natalie that.
Just keep that. Yeah, just don't explain that at all.
Yeah. No, so you're getting closer and closer to being Tony Stark.
I am.
This is your own personal Jarvis.
Yeah. I also replaced the
almost.
I replaced the dryer power cable because the house is a little older, so it's a 3-prong. My dryer is new, so it's a 4-prong, so I had to go replace that. So I'm just replacing all this shit. I'm going to replace the front doorknob, too, with a new doorknob I have that I'm super excited about.
Yeah.
I'm so stoked about this doorknob. But, the Nest stuff is just a microcosm of what I'm excited about and what I'm going to be doing with the house. Is just customizing everything. Yeah. Making this house more home, Yeah,
and making it yours.
Making it mine, yeah. We're gonna get the Nest cameras pretty soon too, for the front and for the back. It's a good thing that the doorbell has a camera on it, and it's a super wide angle too, so I can see from partly inside of the house all the way down to the end of the street.
When you showed me, I could see your dogs standing at the door.
Oh yeah,
inside the house, and then like maybe, I guess. Pretty much the whole sidewalk.
It goes past the driveway too, and because the street kind of continues down that way, I can see all the way down the street. Granted, not very well because it's
Yeah.
But I can, if something were to happen, I can still see down the street. So I'm gonna get a camera to show the other side of the front of
You
the
went
house
that
and
way.
then the back. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just shit like that. The cool thing too about the doorbell is that it recognizes faces.
Okay, well, that's weird.
Yeah, I'm the NSA. So when Andy got over here,
Mm-hmm.
it said Andy's at your front door.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird.
And you can add people to the profile and stuff. And every now and then too, if somebody comes by that it doesn't know, it'll ask you. It'll say, "Do you know this person?"
Did it say that when I got here?
I don't know. I'll have to check. I bet you. Did you look at it?
Yeah.
Then
Oh, no, I
guarantee.
put my finger in. I like flipped it off because I thought you were watching me the whole time.
Watch it just show that and be like, "Do you know this person?" No, it's a finger, you jackass. Yep.
Oh, wow. I was making a weird face.
So now, yeah, look at that. So now, and I'm gonna actually put that right here so you guys can see it as well. But yeah. So super cool thing about this. I want to make sure that this house is as safe as possible too. You know.
Why?
I don't know. It's just some weird thing about me, I guess. Oh, there's your middle finger right there.
Thought you like living on the. Where? Let me see. Bend over. Let me see it. Oh my! Why do I make such weird faces?
I don't know. And you're gonna see that right up there too. So yeah, that's basically all that I had to say about it. I definitely want to keep going with stuff like this. Anything else that I can add to the house to make it as secure, and I guess just as, I don't know, as convenient as possible, because that's just the most convenient thing in the world. I'm trying to connect all the lights to my phone too. That'd be super easy. Just anything else that I can do that makes it as futuristic, convenient, and as safe as possible. And I'm glad that I found these little baby nest things because they're actually all really small too.
So let me ask you, for the older generation who's all up in arms about, like you mentioned, the NSA and stuff like that, do you have any worries about a future in where there is no privacy because you've surrounded yourself with so much technology that's all communicating with itself? You got your Google Alexa and your iNest, and you know it's all talking to each other and everything. And then what if that gets hacked? You know, and all these people worrying about the government spying on you.
Yeah.
The Russians. Like, what do you have to say about that? I know that I personally could give two shits about it because I'm not doing anything that I'm worried about. But people are like, no, but it's the
principle, I guess.
Principle, you know, we should be entitled to privacy, huda wada, you know. But I kind of don't care. But what do you think about it?
Personally, it's not that I don't care because I have nothing to hide. I think that argument is, I think the argument's kind of dismissive just because I do agree with the principle of it. You know, that's a weird thing to know that something is always constantly watching you. It's an unsettling thing. It's unnatural. I do like my privacy, but at the same time, I'm looking at the trade-offs, I guess.
Yeah.
So and I guess I am also on the side of, well, I've got nothing to hide because the convenience to me is much more important than the government possibly knowing that I like to watch Game of Thrones like every other week. You know,
pros versus cons.
That's all it is. And I think not to be I'm definitely trying not to be insensitive to people who think this is a genuine thing to be upset about and up in arms about, because for some people it definitely is.
Yeah, like if you're a drug smuggler.
Yeah, if you're a smug druggler.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Politicians, insider trading.
Exactly. Yeah, and you know, those people are usually going to be on the upper hand of it. But I think we can reach a point where we can have the convenience and, you know, the ease of use and the security and the modern technology without having to worry about the privacy issues. I think Apple is actually kind of doing that because I think and it speaks to how shitty Siri is too. I think the reason Siri is so shitty is because it
has a lot of security.
Yeah, it's got a lot of security, and it's not like an open source thing that's always connected to the internet. You know,
it's not a freaking AI.
Yeah, the reason that Google, the Google Assistant is so smart is because it's completely open source and connected to the internet.
Yeah,
and sending information back and forth. And Siri is so shitty because it doesn't do that. So you have like your trade-offs there. You have either the super smart AI assistant that can do just about everything, but you have zero privacy, or you have a shitty AI assistant that can barely do anything, but you have all the privacy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Word.
I think there's ways of doing it, like anonymous data. I think that's the way to go about it. So it's just like demographic info. So instead of them saying Justin Gomez bought season 8 of Game of Thrones and watched it for this many hours and did this, so he would like this ad product. It's like
26-year-old white boy.
Yeah, exactly. It's just anonymous. So it's like 26-year-old male who looks white, likes
27,
likes all the male nudity scenes in Game of Thrones, and would probably like a giant dildo. And those are the ads that are being fed.
Giant dildo.
Yeah. So I think that's the way to go about it, because nobody gets hurt. Besides.
Yeah.
Well, I guess nobody gets hurt. I'm totally in favor of consumers over companies. So if this is bad, if doing this type of anonymized data is bad for ad companies or just for companies in general, then it sucks to suck. I guess figure out a genuine way to do business and to make revenue. But
yeah, hear ye.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just I think everybody has a valid opinion on it, because it is such an unnatural thing.
And it really is like to each his own. You know what I'm saying? There's not one answer for everybody, because some people might not mind walking to the door to unlock their front door.
Yeah.
But some people might, that's 30 seconds I could have saved out of life.
Yep.
I could have spent that 30 seconds on my autobiography, which is dropping in 20 years.
20 years. Remind me, 20 years.
Look for it.
So yeah, that's really all I had to say about it. I'm glad you actually brought that up too, because I know that's a huge issue right now, especially with this type of technology.
And AI getting better and better and better. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, even that's a form of AI, that it recognizes faces and will give a profile on them.
I mean, we don't really know how far down the road Skynet is.
True. Also, it's really up to who you vote for, especially in the midterms. Like, if are you voting in certain candidates to Congress who are against this type of thing or who are for it? It change starts at the local level, because eventually it moves up to the federal level. It really depends on who you're backing. So if you feel really strongly about this sort of thing, and there are enough people in Congress that are completely against it, odds are it's probably not going to happen. So you don't have to worry about the NSA and all that, and the government constantly spying on you, if the majority of people who are making these rules and laws are on your side.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Yeah. That's
how it should work.
I agree. And I think the main problem with that is just people lying. Like, of course I'm for this. But then again, that's when it comes down to voting for the right people.
Yeah. I don't like the whole political machine thing.
Oh, I don't either.
I think it's nuts that corporations and stuff could just pay for millions of dollars. Towards campaigns and stuff.
Yeah, and a lot of that is publicized too.
Yeah,
some of it has to be publicized,
and it's completely out in the open. And like, to me, it's a completely ridiculous, like it sounds like satire or something, because it just obviously breeds.
It's almost like this can't be real.
It breeds bias. Like, it just can't.
Yeah,
it can't not.
Yeah, that's a big issue with the NRA right now, and that's why the march is going on, because a lot of these politicians' pockets have been lined by the NRA. And they're trying to smother the narrative that, maybe we should have better gun control laws. They're trying to do whatever they can to make as much money as possible, and they're paying the politicians who are in power to be able to make that happen.
Yeah, I'm pro gun, right? But I don't agree with what the NRA has been doing lately, because, you have to be able to have a discussion about anything. And, if you're not, they're not. I get that they don't want to give an inch, because they think that you give an inch, they take a mile. Yeah. But you have to, all sides have to talk to each other, or else nothing will happen.
Yeah, there was remember that YouTube channel I told you about, Kurz Gassat? The one I did the Great Filter over?
Oh yeah.
So they did another video over. It's egoistic. I forget what it's called, but it's basically I wouldn't even call it a theory, but it's basically scientific fact that, you know how some people are so self-centered and they want to do whatever is best for them. And that's kind of a basic human emotion, is to me, do what's best for me. But the video is about how actually helping other people is the most beneficial thing for me.
Oh yeah, I talked about that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can be as selfish as possible, but you have to go about it the right way. So I think the NRA should be doing is looking at human conditions instead of just making money. And by doing that, they're probably going to go a lot further than they've gone before. It only benefits people to help other people out,
right,
and to make sure that we're on as close to a level playing ground, a playing field as possible.
Yeah, I mean, just because, I mean, like all the shit that's been happening, I mean, I'm not going to pick a side either way, because I don't know if there is an answer. You know, I don't know what the answer is. But the point that I'm thinking is that we do have to do something about it.
Yeah.
You know, we can't just continue.
Hopes and prayers won't work anymore.
Yeah, I mean.
Or thoughts and prayers, whatever it is.
Yeah, especially like, you know, when young children are involved, I feel like it's a more bigger call to arms. I feel like that's probably a poor way of putting it.
It should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then you have people who, you know, the NRA has been lining their pockets. Like Marco Rubio, he was a presidential candidate, and he said that he does not stand with the march. The march is literally for life. You know, it's to help try to stop this terrible shit that's been happening. And you have politicians who have been given money by the NRA saying, you know what, I don't agree with this march. I don't think this is this is not something that I agree with.
Word.
And it's the most basic thing in the world. We want to live. That's what we're marching for.
Yeah.
You know, it's so shitty. But it all
terrorism to die.
It all depends on who you put in office. You know, you have the power.
Not me though. My vote doesn't count.
There you go. You have the power to affect change, and it's a good thing that it happens on the local level. I think we have the ability to. We'll never completely get rid of shitty people in power, but we do have the ability. Or in
general.
Yeah, but we do have the ability to lessen that. I think to a much better degree than what we've seen in the past. And you know, this also goes straight into the privacy laws too, possibly with your Nest cameras, with your phone cameras, your laptop cameras. I think if we put the right people in power, we can prevent things like that from spiraling out of control and becoming Skynet.
Word.
But as of right now, the convenience for me is top notch.
Yeah. So another hard segue. I've always wanted to have my own space because, you know, I'm like a gearhead and stuff.
Yeah.
And I've always tried to like sort of, I guess, the customization that you were talking about, but not really. But I mean, as you know, I've done really stupid stuff at my apartment complex that I probably shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
But it's because I don't have a garage or a backyard or anything like that. But me and Natalie have so much plans for the day when we do. Because I've always thought that stuff that's different from just normal homes is a home that I want to be in.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so you don't want the cookie cutter. You want the customized home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like I've always been into, since I was a little kid, like this is really lame and impractical, but like secret passageways or stuff like that. Or maybe even just like a secret room, like a bookcase door, like, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you know, I can't wait to do that kind of stuff to my own place.
I'm with you.
And my backyard's gonna be crazy. My garage is gonna be crazy. I built a throwing knife target in my living room once, and now there's holes in my apartment complex.
Mm-hmm. I bet you can't wait to do that to your garage.
I threw the knife through the whole complex.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I used to play baseball.
I've always been like a techie guy.
Yeah.
So I have basically turned my house into a computer.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like the biggest boner possible,
Dude,
you know?
did you see on Facebook they have these like robot arms that
Make food.
make food? Yeah.
I did.
Ooh, are you gonna buy that?
Probably next.
It's probably like
Actually, no, you know what? Because
it's probably like $5 million right now.
yeah, I just put down a down payment.
Oh.
I think Eric's food, just to me, is still probably the best food I've ever had. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't trade that for the world, you know?
All right.
Yeah. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go make some more coffee now.
Let's do it, my man. Let's make some coffee.
And here we back
Here we back.
from the same place because we didn't go another place.
We don't edit.
Yeah.
Whoa, where'd that coffee come from?
Whoa.
Whoa,
What?
How did that happen?
I don't know, man.
I wonder what's inside. I think it's Urban Alchemy's blonde roast.
I think they utilized alchemy to put that coffee in there.
Yep. Boom. Deliciousness. Smooth. Basically, buttery smooth. Crisp. Almost sweet. Yeah.
Nutty.
Nutty. Very nutty, yeah.
Italian shoe leather.
It's nutty how delicious it is. How's that one? It's your second time doing it. Is it different?
It is.
Let me try it.
It's a little stronger this time, I think, but still just as delicious.
Oh, dude.
I know, right?
Hell yeah.
See, I'm like the best learner. Like each time I do something, I just get better and better at it.
He's so good at learning.
Yeah, I'm just. I hate to toot my own horn, but I love to toot my own horn.
Mm-hmm. Like to jack my own dick.
Soca.
Yeah.
All right.
What you talking about today, my man? What you doing today?
All right. As you very well know already, I'm talking about being ripped like Gandhi.
Mm-hmm. So what does it mean?
And I don't mean like not having muscles. I just mean being like shredded up. You know what I'm saying? With that 8-pack abs.
Just like super lean too?
Super lean. Now, actually, I'm just talking about fasting.
Oh.
Yeah, because, like he refrained from eating and stuff.
Yeah.
And then he got all skinty.
And then he died because he was too skinny.
Yeah, but that's not actually what we're talking about, doing it like that. I just wanted to be a little bit cheeky.
He's coy.
Just being a little cheeky. So
cheeky little shit.
I decided, it's spring. Summer's right down the road. Many of you idiots are trying to get those summer bodies blasting. I know we have a lot of people who are into fitness and whatnot.
I'm into fitting this whole coffee in my mouth.
And balls?
Yeah.
Or just the coffee?
I mean, sometimes you dip them. Was that me?
I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
Well.
Yeah, so what better way to get shredded, than intermittent fasting, which is something that I've been doing for a couple years now, on and off. And essentially what intermittent fasting is you only eat during a certain window of your day. So basically, if you're doing like an 8-hour window, which is what I do, right? Mm-hmm. You could do like a 10-hour, but, they say, the more you do, the smaller the window, the more benefits you get from it.
Okay.
Health benefits and stuff. I'll get into it. But so for an 8-hour window, so I eat my first meal of the day at 1 p.m. and then I eat my last meal at 9 p.m.
Oh.
Bless you.
Sorry.
So for the whole rest of the day, which is whatever 24 minus 8 is, 16?
Like 32?
Yeah, so I'm in a fasted state.
Yeah.
Right? And
how fast are you going?
Like really fasted.
Shit.
For sure.
For sure.
Yeah. So the old like 90s idea of like dieting and stuff is that you should just eat every 2 hours, and so you'd be
small portions. Like,
small portions
like nuts and stuff.
Yeah, and eat like 8 meals a day or something because you're spreading it out through your whole like basically while you're awake. And with this, what the difference is when your body is in a fasted state, you are it triggers a lot of different things to happen in your brain. Your metabolism ups, it ramps up. Mm-hmm. You start utilizing your fat stores. So when you're not fasted, your body mostly wants to utilize like not muscle glycogen, but glycogen.
Is this kind of like keto? also?
Yeah, well, actually, they kind of go hand in hand. A lot of people who are on ketogenic diets, which is a high-fat diet and low-carb, super low-carb, intermittent fast as well, because it makes it a lot easier to sort of eat in that way if you eat in that window.
Yeah.
And because, with keto, you got to eat a ton of fat. And like most people who do keto don't really do it exactly. They don't eat enough fat in the beginning because they think like fat is bad and it's all these calories. But your body needs that fat to start switching over to utilizing fat or utilizing ketones as an energy source as opposed to carbohydrates. But yeah, your body kind of does the same thing when you're in a fasted state. So that's why they complement each other so well.
All right.
I want some pushback, my man.
Oh, I mean, I'm just listening here. I don't know any of this.
All right.
I kind of know what ketogenesis is, just because me and Eric did that for a little bit, but not the full on. Under like 15 carbs a day or something.
Oh yeah.
We never did that, but yeah. Continue.
But did you ramp up your fat?
Yeah, we did. We focused mainly on
Avocado,
proteins and yeah, stuff like that. We had a we had a whole chart of stuff that we could eat, and I mean, like going to like Outback was freaking awesome because we just load up on steak and broccoli and stuff.
Yeah.
Then we'd stay away from potatoes and other carbs.
Yeah, and a cool thing about ketogenic diet is that you could eat a lot of stuff that most people wouldn't consider to be like diet food, like cheese.
Yeah.
Butter, a lot of stuff. Well, you mostly want to try to stick to healthy fats like coconut oil and avocados, olive oil, all that stuff.
All the good stuff.
All the good stuff, yeah. But so, there's a lot of science on this. I just wanted to say because this is gonna sound like I'm just spouting off stuff, and I might be missaying things as well, but. Just look into it, do your research, and let me just take my word that there is a lot of science out there on intermittent fasting right now. There's a ton of published works that you can go look at certain aspects of it. For instance, one that a common misconception that people think, especially in the fitness community, is that if you're not constantly taking in protein, that you'll start breaking down your muscle, especially if you're fasting, because you're like, oh, my body wants food. It doesn't have calories, so it's going to start dipping into my muscle storage. I might not have as much gains, but they actually did studies on that, and it's not true for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is that it takes, I think, 24 to 48 hours for your muscle glycogen to get depleted. So if you're only fasting for like 16 hours or so, you're not damaging your muscles in any way. Another reason is because whenever you're in a fasted state, your body actually produces more growth hormone. And some hormones, this one study showed that they increase as much as 5 times.
What? Really?
Yeah. Yep. So your hormones are different, and your insulin levels drop significantly. So that helps with fat burning, and it's also really important for diabetes. People. Yeah. So let me scroll down.
So okay, you said a smaller window is healthier or more efficient, I guess, for this type of thing.
You get more of the benefits. So a lot of people do a 10-hour window, which is a lot easier on you, but you won't see as much as the increases in growth hormone or reduction in insulin. Yeah. Which a lot of doctors nowadays are starting to kind of recommend this for people with diabetes. And there's a lot of studies showing that it'll reduce type 2 or the risk of type 2 diabetes. So people who are genetically predisposed to it.
This just helps keep you away from it.
Yeah, exactly.
From the self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yep. There are studies that shows that it lowers inflammation and oxidative stress. So people who have gout, I think, like you mentioned earlier, I'm not really exactly sure what it is, but I'm pretty sure it has something to do with inflammation in their joints or something like that.
God.
I think there's like too much acid in their blood or something, and I'm saying all kinds of crazy stuff. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's inflammation based.
I imagine gout like a fungus that comes out of your face,
It's
like
not that.
like the clickers from Last of Us.
No, I know it attacks like your joints. But yeah, doing something like this would help, or for people who have like osteoporosis and stuff like that. Any kind of like inflammation, anything that it gets worsened by inflammation. The literature shows that going on an intermittent fast should help with that stuff. So there's all like a freaking plethora of health benefits. And if you're athletically minded, you don't have to worry about, oh no, I'm gonna dip into my muscle storage, I'm gonna lose all my gains, because all the literature shows that that's not what happens at all.
Yeah.
And
trust science, trust the literature.
Yeah, and you have like a huge metabolism boost. So to get ready for the summer, to get my abs back, started doing it maybe 2 weeks ago, and I haven't changed my eating habits at all. Like I'm still eating like dog shit. Like just yesterday, I had pizza and freaking Thai food, and then I binge drank. Like I was drinking beer, a lot of beer, and I've already lost like 5 pounds just from staying in the window.
Okay.
So I'm still eating terribly, but just by changing the timing of when I'm eating terribly, the weight's already starting to drop.
Would you say a 6-hour window would be?
I've never heard of anyone going that extreme with it, so I couldn't really tell you. But I would say Google it, look it up, see what the
I want to try
the
it
science
out,
says.
because I think I'm kind of naturally doing it, because I don't even really get hungry until lunchtime.
Yeah.
So that's the first time I eat.
You don't eat breakfast?
No, I've never had.
Yeah, so you're kind of doing it then.
Yeah,
Probably.
and then
How late do you eat?
well, it depends. So if we're working a late night, then we don't even get off till 8. So maybe 9. That would be 9. A little bit after 9 would be the latest. But normally, first meal at 1, at 12 or 1, and then dinner at like 6 or 7. That's about it.
Sounds like you're already in that window then.
Can you snack before that?
No.
No. Okay, so you can't
not
do anything before your window. Okay.
You're not supposed to have anything with calories, and they also say stuff that spikes your insulin can kind of blunt the positive effects of doing it. So there was a couple of studies on like artificial sweeteners, and because they're 0 calories, right? So you think, they're perfectly fine, but these studies showed that whenever you taste something sweet, even though there's no calories in it, it does something to your brain where it already starts to spike your insulin.
Really?
Yeah, so they say if you have too many artificial sweeteners, even in between fasting, your brain will basically start...
Same exact effect.
Yeah, it'll think you just ate and start reacting as such.
That's crazy.
Yeah, weird, huh?
Yeah.
Our body's weird.
I think I'm going to try to stick. I really do want to try it, because before lunch, I will have like a little like snack of nuts or something, just something to put in my stomach. But I think I'm going to try to be more strict with it. I think I'm going to do, you said you do an 8-hour window? Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to do that.
And then if you tack on to actually eating properly, and maybe a low-carb diet or maybe a ketogenic diet, then, man, like if you can stick to it, the results are phenomenal.
I think now that we're going to be pushing 30 pretty soon, this is probably the best time to get into it, at least a few years beforehand, because if I ever cannot fit my pants, then I know I've done something wrong.
Word.
So, I dropped 2 pant sizes after high school, which is weird because, you usually get bigger after high school. No, I actually dropped 2 pant sizes, and I still have not gone up since then.
Nice.
So I'm still at 30, and I don't plan on ever getting any bigger than that.
Yeah. And so that's another thing that's cool about it is that it's really doable.
Yeah.
And
it's not, that doesn't seem hard at all. It's just, hey, just don't eat outside of this window.
And for someone with a really busy lifestyle, it can be hard too if you're trying to, be like a fitness person and you're trying to get real lean or trying to build muscle, and you try to meal prep to have 20 grams of protein, like all this 5 times a day, and you're taking all these boxes with you. You know,
Yeah.
it can be tough. But instead, you know, I try to fit in like 5 meals just during that 8 hours, and it's pretty easy, you know.
Yeah. Oh, so you're basically just allotting time to take care of yourself in that time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there have been times.
I just be a little ready for it, you know.
Yeah.
Like I just take maybe a scoop of protein with me for just in case if I can't get like another something in.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I get. Well, I mean, naturally, you'll eat less calories if you do it because you'll be still kind of not really full, but you'll be satisfied quicker, and that in itself will have an effect on your overall weight loss or body recomposition, or if you're trying to target your.
I think I just
belly.
I think I just want to stay where I am forever.
Yeah,
because I'm comfortable where I am. You know, I just want to stay this forever.
Yeah.
And
well, don't age. Shit.
Will ketogenesis help me with aging?
Actually, I don't know, but I think I saw something that. Hold on. Yeah. So apparently, intermittent fasting can reduce the risk of cancer and Alzheimer's, and also extend your life.
I don't want to physically age at all in any sense of the word. I want you to look at me and say, what is that baby doing escaped from the daycare?
Go get him.
Somebody go grab that baby.
Lock him up.
Lock him up. Kill him.
Yeah. So the study they did in rats found that continuous calorie restriction extended their lifespan. So
there you go.
So who knows?
Oh, I just
try it out.
Try it out. I've been doing it for almost all my life, so I think I'm just gonna be a little bit more strict about it and see where that goes.
Yeah, see how it works.
Try it out.
Try it out. Yeah, and you've always been like pretty lean the whole time I've known you.
Yeah, I mean, this is the way I've always felt best, you know.
Yeah,
because it's just I'm able to do whatever I need to. You know, moving was no problem, but I'm also, you know, not gigantic and having to worry about that shit all the time. I'm just where I am is comfortable, and I just want to stay comfortable for the rest of my life.
Yeah, for
especially in these next formative decades that you and I have coming up.
Yeah, it's good. It's important for health, but I think it also just feels good.
Yeah, I agree.
It feels good to, I guess, look good. I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think I'm just super lazy. So like I said, where I'm sitting, I don't have to do much. I can just be. Yeah, and I think that's the key to happiness is stasis.
Maybe, I don't know.
For me, it is. Yeah, exactly. And that's another cool thing about this kind of stuff is that it's different for every person. And this is where I feel like
and it's not. This is where it's not a diet like per se, you know. So
yeah, you said you could still eat what you want, right?
Because I think that there's not one diet for everybody. Like people are always like, these fad diets come and go, and they're like, oh, be on the Atkins diet and all that stuff. You know,
I was gonna say the Atmos diet,
and they always change like what's bad and what's good and stuff. You know, and
didn't they just flip the pyramid again or something?
I don't know, but yeah, at the bottom of the pyramid used to be like freaking starches and stuff, and it's like, which is like the worst thing for you.
Yeah,
but like, did I tell you about corn? So I'm pretty sure that corn products are like fantastic for me, and I think it's because. Probably historically, my heritage, they probably ate a lot of corn products. And
you Aztec bitch.
Yeah, so there is no like current fitness guru, or maybe there is, I don't know. Okay, like book, like the consensus of fitness is that corn is like not really like a good for you if you're trying to, whatever your goals are, right? But for me, it is. And I found out through experimentation. You know what I'm saying? Like the first time I noticed it was I had a particularly hard like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I think I did like double classes of jiu-jitsu on Wednesday and went to the gym. And then Thursday I went to the gym and then did Muay Thai. And then Wednesday I just had like a lot of stuff. So my body was real damaged. And then we went to Mexico and I was thinking I was going to get fat because Natalie's family was just feeding me. And I was like, crap, I was eating like all these tortillas and just tacos, everything.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, crap, I'm gonna gain so much weight. But I noticed like after one day of eating like that, like my body just healed straight up, and I felt fantastic the next day. Like I could climb a mountain.
It's like your body needed it.
Yeah, and then when I got back on Monday, I think I had actually lost a couple pounds.
What the hell?
Yeah, and so I was like, that's weird. Let me experiment with this. So one of my buddies started making fun of me because my pre jiu-jitsu meal, I started having like a protein shake and tortilla chips. Mm-hmm. And most people would be like, what the hell? That's so stupid.
What are you doing?
But I tried it out, and it worked great for me. And my body responds really well to that kind of stuff.
There you go.
So I think there might be something to eating like what your ancestors ate. Because, everybody evolved in different climates kind of thing,
And there's a reason that they survived and that you're here.
Yeah. So if you think about why are white people white and black people are black, it's because white people mostly came from areas where there wasn't so much sun, that they needed more vitamin D.
Like the Thunder Plains.
Yeah, like whatever. Like Midgard or something. I don't know.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah. And in Africa, there's too much sun. So they had to like darken their skin up to protect so they don't get the cancer and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing with eating. So that's why like some people respond really well to eating like Mediterranean style food,
Yeah.
And it's like, well, why not Mexican food?
I'm 100% with you.
If I'm Mexican, my family's been eating it for thousands of years.
Yeah, I don't think I'll ever change my diet. I don't want to.
Yeah.
And I know, granted, the stuff that I eat is not the healthiest stuff in the world, but I'm not just over here binging tortillas or lasagna or, just like stuff that stuff that's kind of bad for you because it's starchy and
all
carby.
things in moderation. Including moderation.
My man, yeah. Moderate the moderation.
Yeah, moderate the Haraja of moderating.
Did
Did you just cast a spell on me?
I did.
All right, so that's all I had on that. You have any final thoughts on that shit, dog?
Yeah, I'm going to be a lot more persistent about keeping myself within a reasonable window. I think I'm probably just going to shift the window a little bit so I can still have like a snack or so. Because usually in the mornings, I'll have like 3 or 4 cups of coffee without eating anything. And my stomach's like, so I got to get something in there just to stop the pain.
Yeah.
So I think what I'll do is just shift the window a little earlier so I can still do that, but still stay within my window.
Yeah.
And that's probably and you think 8 hours, that's what you do, right?
Yeah, whenever I get hardcore into it, yeah.
I think I'm gonna do 8 hours. Cause that's a long time. And I don't get hungry, I really don't get hungry in the mornings, and I'm not really hungry at night.
Yeah.
I think I usually stay within like an 8-hour window anyways, unless it's like I said, it's like a late night or something.
Yeah. And what I mostly do in that window is like I said, I try to eat about 5 times. So right at the beginning of the window, I'll eat my lunch, like a salad that has like a bunch of fat and protein in it. Mm-hmm. And then couple hours later, I'll have some kind of snack that's gonna prepare me for whatever I'm about to do. So I'm normally getting off work around that time, and I'm maybe gonna go to jiu-jitsu, maybe gonna go to the gym, or maybe I'm not gonna do anything. Maybe I'm going to school. So just depending on that, I might, have higher protein, more carbs. If I'm, going to the gym, I like to have a little more carbs so I can really get a good session, And then after working out, I'll have a protein shake. So that's already, that's like 3. But if you try to space it out with every 2 hours, and it kind of works out to 5, because it's like, so the 0, right, and then 2, 4, 6, and then 8 is 5.
Oh yeah,
know what I'm saying?
So that's just the best use of it, I guess, of the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not strictly to that. Like, it has to be every 2 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm pretty loosey goosey with that too. Like, how many times I'm eating it between there. It's just the most important part is staying in that window, and. Also, I mean, if you're going crazy in that window, it's probably not going to be much help. Like if you eat like 9 pizzas, like I ate a pizza an hour.
Yeah. Not a slice an hour, but a pizza an hour.
Yeah, a whole pizza.
A whole pizza.
All right, so that's all I had on that.
And there you have it.
Yeah, so go get ripped like Gandhi.
Go get ripped like Gandhi. Go be healthy by eating somewhat unhealthy food, but doing it within a reasonable window. Mm-hmm. And while you're doing that, go install your Nest stuff. Go install your thermostat. Go install your doorknob, your cameras, your deadbolts.
Also, you don't have to take our word for it. Go do your own research on nests and intermittent fasting.
Yeah, exactly.
Look it up on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, some of this stuff won't work for you, but odds are it might. odds are it'll make your life easier in so many different aspects and regards.
Yeah. Improve your life.
Improve your life. Improve the self.
Improve the house.
Improve
life.
your house, yeah. Improve everything. So there you go, folks. That is big ass episode 12 of episode 12. What
Episode,
the hell?
were you about to say
21?
12 of 1?
Yeah, episode 12 of 1. Big ass episode 21 of Idiotsyncratic.
We did it.
We're going to hop into an email that we got from Amanda. She says, oh my God, dying laughing because Ebo hasn't changed since 3rd grade and still says dumb shit like that. So that's when, basically referring to the first time I met Ebbs, and he fell off of a jungle gym in front of me. And when I asked him if he was okay, he goes, yeah, I'm just a little dehydrated.
And you're like,
I don't know what that means because I'm a 3rd grader. So yeah, I can vouch for her. He does still say stupid shit like that all the time.
Yeah, when you told me that, I could immediately imagine exactly his voice saying it, like his whole cadence and everything.
Exactly, yeah. So if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can do that at 682-422-9458. It's right there. If you want to send us an email like the world famous Amanda did, you can do that at idiotsyncraticpodcast@gmail.com, and we will read them on the air with our eyes for your ears to swallow.
As we just did.
As we had just did right just now.
For your shithieds.
Yeah, for all the shithieds out there. You got to tell that story one day, too.
Okay.
It's a good story.
Today's not the day, though.
One day you'll hear it. It's a great story.
Maybe.
Thanks again to Urban Alchemy for providing us with this delicious ass brew. It was super easy to make. I just watched him make another pot, so now I'll know how to make a pot for whenever he's not here and I want to make my own coffee.
Hi.
Again, we had the blonde roast today. Super smooth, light, almost sweet. Yeah, there's like a sweet. You know, naturally it's black coffee, so there is some bitterness, but it's also got the sweetness to it. You can check out Urban Alchemy Coffee and Wine Bar here in Arlington at 403 East Main Street. That's in downtown Arlington. So a lot of cool places around there. They're open from Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it covers all your bases. You can basically
it's easy to get there
at any time. I mean,
if you're local, go get local.
Yeah, if you're local, eat local and drink local.
Yeah,
because they also have food there.
Yep, and it's the perfect food to go along with all the tannins. You know, you got the coffee tannins, you got the wine tannins, then you gotta slap some prosciutto on some Gouda, right? Mm-hmm. Choke that down. I mean, let it sit on your tongue for a little bit and swish it around with some coffee and wine at the same time.
At the same time. That's how you do it. Thanks, Urban Alchemy. You guys are awesome. Buy local. Buy loco.
Buy loco.
Don't choke on prosciutto.
A los miramos loco. Yeah, we're bilingual on this show as well. What are you going to do later?
Probably just going to eat within my window.
Oh! Ziggy Zaggy. I see what you did there. I'm really hungry.
Let's do it.
Okay, bye.
All my friends have